So in Tasmania, the National Construction Code 2022 major reforms will apply as follows. The livable housing changes will be adopted in Tasmania, but they have a longer transition period and will be adopted from 1 October 2024. In terms of the energy efficiency changes, the Tasmanian government will not be adopting the 7-star changes at this time and will have further consideration in 2025. So the 7-star changes won't be applied. But important to note though is that Tasmania has a condensation management guideline that needs to be read in conjunction with the National Construction Code condensation management provisions. So you need to use those two documents together. It's not a mandatory document, but it gives good techniques and guidelines and practical measures about managing condensation in buildings. The Tasmanian government is also looking at the livable housing changes and potentially looking at some broader exemptions to these provisions, particularly for certain types of housing in Tasmania. If you've been around Tasmania, you wouldn't even know what a flat block looks like, particularly around Hobart and other places, other inner city locations. So how will these provisions apply in those circumstances? The building code already has some exemptions depending on the block for your step-free entrance, but the government is looking at potentially a broader suite of exemptions, and HA is working closely with the government on what they may look like, particularly for small lot housing, renovations and extensions and things like this. So potentially some further broader exemptions than those listed in the NCC itself. So what will these changes mean to the builder? So energy efficiency will be maintained at that 6-star standard. In the background, there are changes occurring to the energy efficiency rating tools and some of the files and the climate files and the weather files that are in there, which might mean that you may still need to do a little bit more than you currently do, that your 6-star home might not be a 6-star home under these new upgraded energy rating tools. So that's something to work closely with your energy assessors and building designers on. On the livable housing changes, these affect both the design, the materials you use, but also the layout of the home. So closely working with your designers and your clients. You do have a little bit more time in Tasmania ahead of the changes being adopted, but don't be blasé about them. Getting on the front foot and thinking about the design, costing it in,